Hey, what's going on everybody? Arte here and welcome to a new Black Ops 2 Best Class episode. Now today we're going to be taking a look at the often requested Vector K10. Now the main reason it actually took me this long to put up this video is because this gun is one of those weapons that I kind of struggle with. I have the same thing with the Scorpion Evo and also with the Chicken CQB. These three weapons are of course great at close range, but the thing is that their effectiveness at long range, at long to medium range for that matter, is almost non-existent. I personally don't really feel like that these guns are any good at medium to long range. And that is something that I actually kind of struggle with from time to time. Now when I was first trying to make a good class setup for this weapon, I was trying to go for more of a stealth approach. I put on a silencer, which of course takes away another 30% of your effective range, which was actually a pretty bad idea, I can't lie about that. But basically what I was trying to do is I was trying to get as close to my enemies as I possibly could, because the Vector K10 is pretty good at close range. It is actually damn good at close range, I can't lie about that. So that's what I was trying to do. It didn't work out that well. Now the class setup that I'm going to be showing you in a second is something that is definitely not stealthy. It's not stealthy at all, but it is something that actually works pretty well. I got my kill death ratio with the Vector K10 up quite a bit. Right now I actually feel like that this is a pretty consistent weapon, but you just gotta make sure that you use it right. Anyway, the class setup is shown on the screen right now. Is the Vector K10 with the long barrel and the fast mag attachment. My wildcard is Perk 2 Greed, allowing me to have a second Perk 2. My first perk is Hardline. My two second perks are Scavenger and Toughness. My third perk is Engineer. My lethal equipment is the C4, and my tactical equipment is the EMP grenade. Now in this video I'm of course going to be breaking down this class setup. I'm going to be explaining to you why I use these perks, why I use these attachments, etc. And we're first off going to be taking a look at the attachments, which are once again the long barrel and the fast mag. Now like I said at the start of this video, the range on the Vector K10 is not something that is very impressive. It's actually very little, so I use the long barrel to increase my effective range by 15%, meaning that you will simply keep that 4 hit kill potential for a longer period of time, because the Vector K10 of course has a damage of 33 to 18, meaning that you will kill someone in 4 to 6 shots, and the long barrel simply increases that 4 hit kill potential range by 15%, making this gun actually pretty okay at medium range as well. I still wouldn't recommend you to try and win a gunfight at long range, because you're probably going to lose against literally any assault rifle for that matter, any LMG, sniper rifle. You could of course win it against another Vector K10, but I still wouldn't recommend you to try it out. And then of course the fast mag, because I personally feel like that this gun together with the PW57 just reloads a little bit too slow. You can of course also switch it up with something that you prefer, such as the extended clip or even the quick draw hand or the red dot sight for that matter. It really just depends on what you like. Now my first perk is Hardline. Hardline simply allows me to get my score streaks a little bit faster. If you just like me are more of a team deathmatch player, you will get your score streaks about 20% faster, and if you do play more of the objective kind of game types like domination or kill confirmed, you will get your score streaks about 12.5 to 15% faster than you would without the perk. Now the score streaks that I was running in this video are the UAV, the lightning strike, and the stealth chopper. This is my go-to kill streak setup. I've been running this about 100% of the time in the last week. This score streak setup really suits me. I love it, and I would definitely recommend you to try it out. Anyway, my two second perks are once again Scavenger and Toughness. Scavenger of course just to make sure that you do not run out of ammo. With the Vector K10 you do tend to run out of ammo quite a bit if you do not run Scavenger. If you do not mind picking up another weapon, then you can of course switch it up with anything that you prefer. I personally hate picking up weapons because you literally just don't know whether your enemies are actually running good class setups or bad class setups, so that is why I use Scavenger most of the time. Then of course Toughness, just to make sure that you do not flinch off of target when you're in a gunfight, when you're being shot at for that matter. And then my third perk is Engineer. Now I'm not sure if I actually used Engineer in any of my previous class setups. I do think I did use it in about 1 or 2. Anyway, the main reason I started running the Engineer perk is because lately my enemies have been running claymores and bouncing betties quite a bit. It started to annoy me, so I started running the Engineer perk, because Engineer simply shows enemy equipment through walls. It also delays the trigger time for the claymore and the bouncing betty, just in case you didn't see them just yet. And then my lethal equipment is the C4. Now the C4 has to be my favorite lethal equipment in the game. It gets me a ton of kills. It is extremely consistent. I mainly just use it to clear our buildings, but if you want to, you can also use it to kind of check whether there's somebody inside a building. You simply throw it through a window, you detonate it, and if you get a hit marker, you will know that there's somebody inside. Now last but not least, my tactical equipment is the EMP grenade, which simply goes hand in hand with the Engineer perk. You can see where your enemies actually plant their tactical equipment, their lethal equipment. Once you actually figure that out, you throw your EMP grenade towards that direction, and then your EMP grenade will get rid of those equipments, and in the process you will also get a ton of experience points. Anyway guys, that was it for today's class setup. Now if your Vector K10 class setup looks a little bit different, or even a lot different for that matter, then be sure to leave leave it in the comments down below for others to take a look at and even try out if they want to. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating would as always be very much appreciated. If not, that is of course cool as well. On the screen right now is my latest video, which is actually a video about the next Call of Duty, which is apparently going to be called Call of Duty Ghosts. If you haven't checked out that video yet and you are interested in checking it out, then be sure to do so. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope to see some of you next time. Take it easy.
I hear the freeze, freeze, freeze come out.